Hello, welcome to Ipira. I'm going to walk you through today on how to set up your account and get it launched on your website. Now, Ipira is a little bit different than other AI agent chats that you can put on your website. This is going to use your information that you feed it. So the more documents and information you feed it about your company, specifically, then AI has a better way of responding to customers that come to your website. It's not going to go out and scour the website, the World Wide Web, for random information to give back to your users that are on your website. It wants to use information that you give it specifically and articulate a response to the users that are asking questions on your website. And so we need to feed it as much documents and information about your website as we can. So I'm going to walk you through that process, set up an account, and get you started on how to use Ipira. So first of all, we're going to sign in, or we're going to start a free trial. I'm going to sign up for an account. Let's just do this. And I'll just get in the password, and then let's call this Rescom Railing Spokane. Okay, and I'm going to create an account. So after we sign up, it's going to come to this screen where we need to start our free trial. It's going to ask for a bank card or a credit card to start your free trial. So I'm going to go through this process, and then I'll meet you on the other side. We've gone through the initial sign up process. Now you're going to get to this page. It's going to ask you to enable two-factor authentication. Highly suggest that. You can either use an authenticator app, or every time it can send a text message or email with a code to your email address for just secure logins. But as we get here, we're going to get into our dashboard, and it's going to give you three things that you need to want to do. You're going to add a website, upload your first documents, and then add the widget to your website. So let's do this first thing, add a website. So we're going to come over here. You can either click on this little arrow over here, or we're just going to go to this websites button over here and add our first website. This is going to be Rescom Railing Spokane. And then it's okay. And then I'm going to create that website. Now, we can import content from our website. So your website's going to have a ton of information on it. We can go through the process of importing content from your website. And so let's do that first. You can do a single page, like your front page, rescomrailing.com Spokane. It puts that in there. You can scrape that, or you can scrape from a sitemap. I would suggest maybe adding your sitemap, and then you can delete documents. What's going to do is going to scrape each page and create a document for each page with the information it finds. So I know that what my sitemap URL is sitemap.xml. So I'm going to start scraping the pages. I'm going to read the sitemap, and then it's going to process them. And what it does is it takes all your information on these pages and puts it into a markdown file and automatically saves it to your repository, your database of information that AI chat's going to use. So it's processed 4 pages. Now I'm going to speed up the process and get through this. Okay, now it's done processing all of our documents, and we can go into knowledge base right here. It says it has 0 documents in there, but we're going to refresh that, push the refresh, and it shows up. Now we have 19 documents. Like privacy policy, maybe we're not going to have that, so let's delete that. And this one is a thank you page that has JavaScript, so we're not going to even use that one. So you can delete documents as you want. So let's just leave it at that. And then, like I have a document that I've created for this, and I used AI. Honestly, we're in Spokane, and so the Rescom Railing, this business is Spokane. So I asked AI, hey, can you create a service area document for me and include all the neighborhoods and maybe the different surrounding cities that I might do service in? So I created that document. So I'm going to come over here and maybe go to the uploaded documents. I'm going to browse, and let's upload this document. I put it right here. Here's a Rescom Railing. It's a Word document, so it's going to upload it and then convert it. So the document was processed completed. So here's my service area, and then it creates it as a markdown file. So here's all the information. And so if someone asks now on my AI chat, when I put it on there, do you do service in Perry District? Yes, we do. And it'll give a good response to that. So within these documents, you can view the information that's in the markdown file. You can also edit this. So like you look through this and you're like, well, I don't do it in Cliff Canyon. You can take that out and then save it. And then that document's updated. You can also replace this document. Like if you have it on your desktop and you've changed it in that Word document, you can replace it by going here, and then you can delete a document as well. But let's go back to our websites, and we have our imported content. Now let's go to this profile and media. And this is huge. So what the software does, it already scraped your website, so it knows a lot of information about it. So like your phone number and maybe if there's an email address. So it's going to scan your website and put the relevant information. So it just saves you on typing it in, or you can fill it in yourself. But let's scan that. The extracted business data from the website, and maybe we can pre-fill some information in this detail. So here's Rescom Railing Systems. We're a railing contractor. That looks like a good address. This is actually the headquarters that's in Kent for this company. And then here's their website, their email address. I know you can put your general email, and then your customer support in the lead generation that we'll talk about in a little bit. If you turn on lead generation within your AI chat, it'll go to your customer support email. Now, your general email could be exactly the same as this one. So I'm just going to put in a random one here just for my company, just so it comes to me for now. And then here's your website URL. You can put your hours in here, what you do. Here's more service area information. And then you can add whatever you want. So, and then media, and if you click on the tab for media, you can add images from your website. So, if I go into this website and here's a URL, I'm going to copy this URL and then add this to here. So if someone says, hey, can you show me a picture of what that looks like? Then you can have a repository of images. You can also integrate your YouTube channel, select that here, or what you do is you put your YouTube channel in here and then you push load playlist, and you can have a playlist that you can load in here. So if you want to add relevant videos that you have stored on YouTube chat, will integrate videos where necessary. So I'm going to save that data. So we have our profile set up, and we're going to go back into websites, and we have our profile. And now let's manage our AI agent. That's what it's going to look like. So if we click on that, you can change what the AI, this is just a little preview, and here's what the AI agent will look like. So I know that these guys, they're let's just do something that looks relevant for them. And then your bubble size, you can make it larger, smaller. And then your chat window, let's make it as a large one. So that this is your bubble and icon size. This is like after you click that and it opens up a window, you can make it really small or you can make it large. And then there's also an expansion button on there. You can change how the initial prompt is. Hello, how can I help you today? I could just say, okay, so maybe that's our initial prompt. And then you can give starter questions. So FAQ questions, maybe, to get a lead generation, you might want to say, can I get a free estimate? Or you can add questions that are relevant to you into your location. What are your business hours? You can add whatever you want, and then you can also add a custom icon if you wanted to, instead of using the default icon that looks like that on your website. So let's save those changes. Okay, and then placement. Under the placement, you can either have it on the bottom right of your website, bottom left. Let's just leave it on the bottom right for now. You can offset it a little bit and on mobile. And then behavior. So in behavior 1, you can turn off your widget if you want. You can turn it so it's not even active at all. and then your enable lead capture. So lead capture is a great way of, instead of using a form, a contact form like most websites do, you can use your AI chatbot to initiate a lead capture. So the built-in detection, so if someone says, can I get a quote or a free estimate or something, it automatically, Ipira will go into lead capture if you have this on to initiate, hey, give me your first name. So your first name, email, phone number, and it's going to send you to that support email address that we saw earlier. You can also add your own suggested keywords. So maybe you're an attorney or something, and to say, hey, can I set up an appointment with you for, whatever that looks like. There's maybe some language that is unique to your business. You can add those keywords here. So whatever those keywords are, it'll trigger a response. So you can not only will have the built-in, but you can add your custom ones here as well. And then in addition to like name, email, and phone, you can add your own custom query. How, like for lead capture, how large is your deck you need railing for? So maybe that's one of the options that we have. And then, sorry, just delete that. And then you can have your chat log. So let's save that. And now we need to add this. We're kind of set up. This is the basic. We have some knowledge-based documents. We have our website profile and media imported. We've managed our AI agent. And so now we want to get our embed code. So if you use WordPress, I highly suggest you use the plugin that we have on our that you can download from WordPress, and then you're going to just need this copy widget key. So let's go over to my website, and I'm going to go back into the back end of my WordPress site. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to add a new plugin, and I'm going to search for Ipira, and there is our AI chat widget. I'm going to install that now. It's brand new, so there's less than 10 people have used it at this point. So now I've activated it, and on my left side here, we have Ipira chat. So let's add that, and we're gonna get that widget key back in here. So I'm gonna copy that, paste it in here, and then we can test that connection. It says connected, great. So we're gonna save that settings. So now there's different options you can do, and I would look at these program triggers too. This is really helpful. Like if you have a button and you wanna open and go straight into a lead capture, like here's a button that says get your free estimate. You can put this button that has a pirachat.open, and it says I need a free estimate, and once they submit it, it goes right into the lead capture. So you can get lead capture from buttons or links on your website. That's kind of really helpful. But what this does is it actually automatically adds show the widget on all pages. Once you save this, it's going to show it on your whole website automatically. So it's already going to be on there. So when I go here, it's actually the same color, but let me scroll down. So here's our Ipira chat widget. So that doesn't look really good. It doesn't stand out because it's the same color as the other orange in there. So I'm going to come back in here, go to my websites, manage AI agent, and look at my appearance. I'm going to actually just make this black. Save the changes. Come back in here. Let's refresh this. And now this is black. Okay, great. So when I click on that, now here is that welcoming. Hello, thank you for visiting Rescom. How can I assist you? We set that up. And we set up these FAQ, frequently asked questions, that someone can just click on. It says, can I get a free estimate? What are your business hours? So how about we do, because we put that service area, do you service in Spokane Valley? And see what it says. Yes, we do service Spokane Valley Rescom Systems. We are proud to provide our railing systems. If you have any specific projects in mind, don't feel so it gives you a good response. But now can I get a free estimate? So now this should trigger the lead capture. So I'd love to connect you with Rescom. So what is your name? I'm going to say my name is John, and then it'll go through the process. Great, thanks, John. What is your email address? john@godev.net. What is your phone number? 208-555-1234. And then here's that last question that we added as a custom question. Great, John. Just one more question before I'll lodge your deck. Let's just say 515 square feet. Great. Here's what I have for you. It gives that, and then it says, does everything look correct? Reply send to submit. And so let's send that. And then it should give a nice response. Thank you, John. We've received your information, so we'll get back to you. So now in my Ipira chat, one, I got an email that says there's a new lead capture. And two, if I come in here, click on leads, now I have this one lead from John at GoDev. I can click on it, I can see their whole chat history, and I can respond to that or whatever that looks like. So it's just so you can put it in your CRM or whatever you need to capture that lead, but you also get an email for it. So then you can see everything that's going on. So that's how you initially set up and get started with your Ipira. If you're not using WordPress, you can always use the script tag, HTML script code. You can copy and embed this like in your footer of your website or whatever, and the AI chat will show up. But it's a lot easier if you use the WordPress plugin, and there's some additional features with that as well. So if you have any questions, send an email to support@godev.net, and we're happy to respond. But hopefully this helps to get you started with Ipira.